Tag Team Championship, actually Tornado Tag Team Championship match. The Shield against Team Hell No, and the two Shield competitors are going to be Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, which I thought was a little bit funny because Roman Reigns is always by himself and Seth Rollins is with Dean Ambrose.
No,
But that's all because Ambrose is the one who's in a better position to get a mid-card title on his own.
Quick question. Roman Reigns is on Team Jester, but he doesn't have Seth Rollins. Does that mean if they win, he gets half a point?
No, he would get the points for Roman Reigns.
Because Roman Reigns still won a match.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Regardless of it being in a tag team or not. So
I wasn't sure how that works out.
So that's split between Burhan and Jester. And Team Hell No, I have Daniel Bryan.
And Brandon Liggett has Kane.
So come on, Brandon, we need to figure out a way to make them win this match. Do it on behalf of screwing over Burhan and Jester.
I was every other tag team title match that Team Hell No has been involved with up until this point. I have been completely unapologetically confident that they were going to retain the tag team titles because I said that they would hold them to eventually drop them to the Shield. This, I'm saying, is the night they will lose the tag team championships. For sure. I feel 100% that the Shield, beginning with this match, is going to do a clean sweep of gold and stand golden by the end of the night. They will be a golden front by the end of Extreme Rules.
I completely agree. He's going to end up... Ambrose is going to win the United States title. It's given a head to Part 8, but... and Shield, like, every Shield member is going to walk away with gold.
No doubt in my mind.
It makes too much sense.
Anybody think that they're not?
I don't. I don't think the Shield needs gold. I think the Shield is better off without gold. And, maybe it's time for them to get a few more losses. So it could be a humbling night for the Shield.
Not yet. I think they're on a roll right now as far as their popularity. I really do think if they don't give them the belts now, it's going to be a big misstep for them.
Why do they need the belts? What good are the belts going to do for them? Like, what is the U.S. title going to do for Dean Ambrose? What are the
that's
tag
property
belts?
of the WWE in their hands.
It's a definitive point. You build a guy up all this time only to have him lose the big one. It really does set him back a lot. I've seen
There's
a lot
only
of...
so far you can go with three-man matches as well. They need to start, as Tony put it before, they've got to start
individualizing
them. These guys out, yeah. And even though they can be involved in each other's matches, they need to make this look like they're legitimate. They're here, they're not going anywhere, and they're a threat. And the best way to do it is by giving them the titles, like not the main championships, but giving them a good mid-card title and giving them the tag team championships. So it means that they've got these. People are now going to be sitting there, right, the Shield's got all this power, they've got all this gold. What the hell's going to happen next?
Yeah.
So it gives them another story to sort of tell.
I just can't see the gold being any good for them. I mean, before, the Shield wasn't about egos. It wasn't about having to go out and put a championship around your waist. It's all just completely separate from the direction that they were going.
Well, no, because it's still they've been paid off, Payton, by Punk to do his bidding, and also now they've got the championships, which means they're making a statement, and they're making the same statement that they made previously in the WWE, which is we're fighting for justice. And now they've got the championships, they can say we've got that justice, we have that redemption. Now we need to do more.
That doesn't make any sense. You just can't say the word justice and think that makes sense.
Well, to be fair, they never viewed justice. Team Hell No as a legitimate tag team either.
Because they're talking about guys who are being held down by the company, and they believe that they were held down by the company. So you're telling me that anybody that goes...
When was the Shield held down by the company? They were put in main events.
Their characters.
When was that ever a story? When were they even said they were held down by the company?
Hayden, when they first debuted, the Shield was actually talking about the fact that they were held down by the company. That was injustice, that the people on the roster getting title shots that shouldn't get them, right? The fact is, they're in place. They're a big heel stable. They are there to get these championships because it symbolizes everything that they're fighting against. In their mind, anyway. I'm trying to put some clarity to this because getting these titles is going to mean something for the Shield. And in terms of the wrestlers in general, it's going to mean something for them because once they get these championships, it solidifies their position within the company.
Oh, yeah? Just like the U.S. title did such good for the likes of Zack Ryder and Antonio Cesaro.
You can't even compare Ryder to the Shield.
The Shield are way, way, way more over, way more threatening heels than Cesaro was in his entire United States title run. Zack
Exactly.
Ryder only got pushed to the title while he was
So what
red
you're
hot.
saying
When
is-
he fizzled, they dropped him like a rock.
What you're saying is the superstars are more important than the titles. So why do they
Yes.
need the titles?
Okay,
What's the title doing for them?
The thing
Because
is,
it brings the
they're not-
storyline in another direction
You've either got
entirely. It kind of
two
freshes
types-
things up a little bit.
you've got two types of wrestlers though, Payton, right? You've got the guys that can get the titles over, or the ones that need the titles to get themselves over. The Shield are the former. They're the guys who are going to get the titles over, and that they're needed to help build those divisions back up. Well, what do you want to do? Have like loads of more 3-man matches for the rest of their careers?
Well, they haven't even been defeated in a 3-man yet, so why move away from that?
Technically, they have by DQ, but if you don't want to count that, then they haven't been pinned.
Like
Well,
I said,
Rollins has.
like I said, this title matchup is it's kind of an end. It's an end point of sorts. You know, they've been built up all this time. You know, to finally getting a chance to go up against the actual champions. You know, which are seen as the top of the class, and to have them lose really would negate a good portion of all the buildup that you did beforehand. You know, it's kind of like it makes them look weaker than they are, and a lot of guys that I've seen really have had a hard time rebuilding themselves. I think they need to keep the momentum going. They need to put the belts onto them and see where they go. If they flop after that, then you can take the belts off of them. If not, keep riding the wave.
Well, next part, we're going to kind of continue this going a little bit and talk United States Championship, Dean Ambrose and Kofi Kingston.